Welcome back, dear students. Today in physical education class, you are going to study the long-term effect of exercise on cardiovascular system. So now let's continue. Long-term effect of exercise on cardiovascular system. The first and important effect after exercise you can see on your heart size. So size of heart is important for all individual as the blood is supplied to the whole body by this unique pumping machine. Long-term aerobic exercise will increase the size and thickness of your heart, especially during moderate to vigorous intense exercise. These changes are reversible when you discontinue aerobic training. Endurance training of more than 12 weeks increase the heart weight and volume, which further increase the thickness of the left ventricle wall and chamber size. Then the contraction ability of the heart also increase. So the first and important effect you can see after exercise on your heart size, the wall thickness of your heart will increase after doing high endurance training. Next effect is heart rate. Heart rate is the number of time that heart beat per minute. After 10 to 20 weeks of endurance training, resting heart rate can come down afterward from normal 80 to 70 beat per minute. If you are healthy individual doing regular systematic aerobic training or exercise, your resting heart rate is decreased. Highly conditioned endurance athlete usually have resting heart rate lower than 40 beat per minute, and some have even lower than 30 beat per minute. So this is the effect of exercise on our heart rate. So you can compare untrained athlete having normal athlete having heart rate 80 to 70 beat per minute and a highly conditioned athlete having heart rate 40, and some have lower than 30 beat per minute. This is the difference between a person who is doing normal exercises and those who are performing highly conditioned endurance training. Next effect you can see stroke volume. The stroke volume is the amount of blood pumped by the left or right ventricle of the heart per beat. Volume of untrained individual at rest is about 55 to 75 ml, whereas stroke volume of trained athlete at rest is about 100 to 120 ml at rest. So this is a change you can see in stroke volume. Untrained individual having 50 to 75 ml stroke volume and trained athlete having about 100 to 120 ml at rest their stroke volume. Next is cardiac output. The cardiac output is the amount of blood pumped in 1 minute by either the left or right ventricle of the heart. Cardiac output can be measured through cardiac output is equal to stroke volume into heart rate. This is the formula to measure the cardiac output of a person. The cardiac output at rest remain unchanged, but at maximum level of exercise it increase. This increase result mainly from the increase in maximum stroke volume. So maximum stroke cardiac output range from 14 to 20 per minute in untrained individual and 25 to 35 per minute in trained individual. and 40 per minute or more in highly endurance training athlete. So this is the change in total cardiac output in athlete. Next is blood volume. The physical exercise or exercise increase in blood volume, which is mainly due to increase in blood plasma volume, liquid protein of the blood. Number of red blood cells, the cells in which contain hemoglobin and carrying oxygen also increase. As you know that today the blood plasma volume is very important for preventing coronavirus. So exercise can increase your blood plasma volume as well as your hemoglobin. Highly trained male athlete may have more than 7 liter of blood volume as compared to untrained individual having less than 5.6 liter of total blood volume. So this is the change in total blood volume. After that, blood flow, physical training change the function and structure of heart. It is well known fact that active muscles require more oxygen and nutrients. To fulfill these requirements, more blood must be supplied to these muscles during exercise. As the muscles become better trained, the circulatory system adapts to increase blood flow to them. Next is blood pressure. The blood pressure is the driving force that moves blood through the circulatory system. Systolic blood pressure is reached when blood is injected into the arteries, whereas diastolic blood pressure is reached when the blood drained from the arteries. Due to physical exercise, particular aerobic training, arteries blood pressure change very little during maximum workout, but resting blood pressure is lower in individuals who are having high blood pressure. So this reduction takes place in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. Next is exercise reduce blood sugar level. Nowadays the high blood sugar level is not only problem of adult but children also falling into the trap of high blood sugar level. Exercise beneficial in preventing sugar from accumulated in the blood. Muscles to take up more glucose from blood and use it for energy. Exercise also increase the level of insulin, which also help in utilizing the sugar level already accumulated in the blood. In fact, it is finally reduce the risk of developing diabetes in children. When we do exercise, regular exercise, so unused blood sugar can be utilized through energy, through working muscles. So this is very beneficial for all individual if we are doing exercise. This is all about the effect of exercise on cardiovascular system. In next class, I will discuss the effect of exercise on respiratory system. This topic is very important in many views, your board exam and your internal exams. So prepare well this topic and next coming topics. Thank you.